guys, I'm Eileen. This video is about my luxury handbag deal breakers. Basically, these are the features I personally find quite undesirable on a designer handbag. So even if a handbag looks absolutely beautiful, if it comes with any of these features, I will not buy it. I think it's really important we recognize our preferences when it comes to luxury handbags because they are expensive. So if you know exactly what you're looking for, it will save you a lot of time and money. This is actually a tag video. I was tagged by the lovely Isabel. I'm still a bit quiet and reserved in this space, so I really appreciate when people reach out to me. So thanks, Isabel. So the first luxury handbag deal breaker for me is that if the shoulder strap is too long, especially if it's not adjustable. So when I buy a handbag, I really look at if the bag would drop at the right place for me. So for a shoulder bag or a crossbody bag, I'll prefer to have it at my hip area or higher. It really bothers me if the strap is too long and the bag is sitting too low on me. In fact, I previously owned a Celine Nano luggage tote and the Chanel wallet on chain, both of which didn't work out because the straps were too long. With the Celine Nano, a lot of people would tie a knot on the shoulder strap, but I was just really worried that would damage the leather. As with the Chanel wallet on chain, I've seen some videos showing how you can actually hide the chains under the flap, but it's just a bit too much work for me, so I gathered it's just not worth it. And really, we are spending good money on luxury handbags, so I think it's only fair they come perfect and don't require any DIY just to make them wearable. The second luxury handbag deal breaker for me is that if I have to baby the handbag quite a lot. So what I mean is, if the bag is made of a very delicate and smooth leather that is very prone to scratches and water blisters. Personally, I don't quite mind having scratches on the hardware, but scratches on leather do bother me, especially if they are quite visible. So for example, the Hermes box leather is absolutely beautiful. It's a very shiny, supple and smooth leather, but it will require a lot of care and attention if you want to keep it looking brand new. Celine uses the same kind of leather for their Celine box bags. In fact, the last time I visited a Celine store, quite a few pieces of the box bags already had scratches, and I think that is something I can never get over with. To be honest, I don't abuse my handbags, but I just don't want to have to constantly worry about getting scratches. I think a luxury handbag should bring me joy, not stresses me out. Having said that, I can appreciate some people will think a bit of wear and tear only add to the characteristics of a handbag. But for me, I just want to keep my handbags looking brand new for as long as possible without too much effort. So I usually prefer textured, pebbled or grained leathers because they are easier to look after and worry-free. The third luxury handbag deal breaker for me is bright colors. If you're new here, by the way, I love everything neutral because first of all, I think they go with my personality and dressing styles more. Secondly, it just makes mixing and matching so much easier because everything goes with everything. And when it comes to luxury handbags, I've never planned to have a huge collection, so it's really important for me that all my pieces are quite wearable and able to go with most of my outfits. Essentially, you can say I'm quite a practical luxury shopper because I am all about cost per wear. So if I see a handbag in a bright pink or a bright purple color, it just completely turns me off because I know I will have no idea how to style this bag. So it really doesn't matter if it's an Hermes Birkin or a Constance handbag. If it's not in the right color, I'm just not tempted at all. Now, I'm not suggesting for a minute that you should never buy a handbag in a bright color, but it's always a good idea to think about what color palette would work best for your wardrobe when you're buying your handbags. So don't buy a handbag just because it will go well with a certain dress you've bought recently. Instead, make it the perfect handbag for your entire wardrobe. The next thing I find quite undesirable with a luxury handbag is not having a top handle. Most handbags in my collection do have this feature apart from the Chanel mini flap and the Chanel classic flap. It took me a while to figure this out, but I really like having the option to carry a handbag using the top handle, even when I mainly just want to use the handbag as a shoulder bag or a crossbody bag. I think having this little feature really adds to the versatility of the handbag. This is even more of a requirement for me if the handbag is quite structured. So for example, the Hermes Kelly Soulier and the Lady Dior bag. I think with the handles, they just look so much more classy and elegant. Also, if you're like me and you're not really into accessorizing a handbag with leather charms, I think adding a twilly on the top handle is a very simple and easy way to dress up your handbag. Now, I don't want to say I will only buy handbags with top handles now, but currently all the handbags on my wish list do have this feature. Last but not least, a handbag too small to fit my essentials is definitely a deal breaker for me. As much as I love luxury handbags, they first need to serve their purpose. For me, practicality is a big factor when I buy a luxury handbag. So I'll be quite reluctant to pay a lot of money just because a handbag looks like the perfect accessory. Personally, I prefer smaller handbags anyway because I really don't carry that much. My absolute essentials are my iPhone 8 Plus, sunglasses, keys, and a card holder. So really, a lot of mini bags would do the job for me, but I've still come across a few that don't. So for example, the Chanel wallet on chain is certainly a deal breaker for me, but the Chanel mini flap is fantastic. So now when I try out a handbag in the store, I often will empty out my handbag just to see how my things would fit. In fact, I was interested in the Celine box bag in the size small. I still think it's really beautiful and chic, but when I try it out in the store, it wouldn't even fit my iPhone. So that straight away was out the window for me. I just want to say, when it comes to luxury handbags, never compromise on sizing. So don't get a handbag too big because it feels more worth it, or a handbag too small because it's too cute or adorable to pass on. There you have it. Those are the deal breakers for me when I shop for a designer or luxury handbag. But really, it doesn't matter if you're buying high-end fine jewelry or a cheap and cheerful t-shirt from the high street. It's always a good idea to know exactly what you want and when to say no. So I would suggest to really take some time to see how you would like your wardrobe to piece together and only spend money on the elements that you truly love. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed the video and don't forget to subscribe, share and like. I will see you in my next one. Have a nice day.